everyone, and welcome back to another absurd heroine video. So welcome to post Omnath Standard. I am so excited. It's like I'm a whole new woman. Everything in Standard has become fun again. I will admit that I haven't been liking the game so much for the past couple of weeks, and Omnath was a major reason why, because I'm, I don't play meta decks really. I play jank, and when Omnath is just everywhere, then nothing is fun. So that is no longer the case, and Adventures too, which makes me really happy because I did not really I had no love for the Clover. So here's to Standard being fun again. Cheers. And if you're wondering, I've been drinking Dalwhinnie. I did not mention it in my last video. I popped open a new bottle of Dalwhinnie 15. It's the first time I've ever had it, and it's actually really good. I haven't, some people mentioned in the comments that I haven't really been talking about my drinking, what I have been drinking recently, and that is because I got braces, or Invisalign. I don't have them in for the videos that I record, but you're not really supposed to drink stuff like sugary stuff and whatnot. You're supposed to really take care of your teeth and stuff. So I've been trying to be good about that. But today is a celebration day, so let's celebrate. So, with that being said, what do I have for you today? So I have something for you that I did not make myself, but I love it so much that I really had to make it and play it and make a video on it. So in the 2020 Grand Champion Finals that just happened last weekend, there were a couple of RAKDOS mid-range kind of escapey decks. So I made a version. The original design is not my own, but this version is my own and things that I thought would be good for the deck. I don't know if you can hear my cat, but for some reason he really wants to get into the office right now. So anyway, here we are. RAKDOS Escape, basically, because one of the best decks that are going to be out now that Omnath is gone is Mill, right? So Dimir Mill with Rogues is going to be probably one of the top decks right now. And this one kind of takes advantage of that. So what do we have? We have Bloodchief's Thirst, just probably the best black removal out there right now. A remove thing for one. Solid. Solid. Agonizing Remorse, just another way of kind of getting rid of those control-y type decks. Like if you're up against Dimir Mill, this is really good to just get rid of some of their early drops so that they don't get that control kind of over you. Then we have Mire Triton, just to start our mill process of ourself, our self-mill process, and get some of the stuff in the yard that we need to get in the yard. Plus, it gains you 2 life, and it's a death-touching blocker on the field. So it's really good against Gruul and Mono Green and that kind of stuff. Then we have Skyclave Shade, and I only have 2 of here because I really don't want to draw it. I really just want it to mill it into the graveyard and then just have it there as an option, right? Then we have Magmatic Channeler, which is also taking advantage of all of the milling that we will be doing, and also help us get stuff into our graveyard and kind of filter our own hands so that we get stuff that we really want instead of stuff that we don't. Then of course we have Kroxa, Titan of Test Hunger, and this is kind of like the meat and potatoes, or I suppose this is the meat, and the potatoes we'll get to later, but this is definitely the meat of the deck. Kroxa, everybody knows it, everybody loves it, everyone's favorite non-banned Titan. Kroxa, very good stuff. And then we have the potatoes, I guess. But the rest of this is the potatoes. Now, I suppose maybe just Timurit's the potatoes. So Timurit Calls the Dead, and this is probably what really turned me onto the deck and made me think, oh, this is cool. This is fun. I like this. This is not something that you see very often. So Timurit Calls the Dead is a saga. If you have not seen it, you mill 3 cards for 2 turns, and then you can create a 2/2 zombie token creature. If you you exile a card from your graveyard, and if it's a creature or enchantment, you can create a zombie creature token. And then at the end of the 3rd tick for the saga, you gain X life and scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. So it's just good synergy with the deck, right? You're milling a bunch for stuff that you need to get Kroxa in the bin, to get Kroxa fodder in the bin. Basically, it's all about getting Kroxa, really. And then you can also bring out blockers and then gain some life, scry some. It's just a good card. I really like how this has become a solid card in this kind of a deck. Then, of course, we have 4 of Bone Crusher Giants, because Bone Crusher Giants is just good. There's no two way around it. Rankle Master of Pranks. Rankle is also just good. Good surprise card, gets in there, does a bunch of stuff. Can do a lot of things, and can also hit fairly hard out of nowhere. So Rankle is good. And then, of course, we have the Oxyvogonus. And this is also only a 2 of, because we don't really want to draw it. We kind of just want to throw it in the bin so that we can use it later when we need it. And this is another card that, like, just makes me happy that it's here. It just makes me happy that you can play with this card, because, you know, doesn't really look like it on the surface, right? You can't play this card. I mean, sure, it's a 4/2, but it escapes with 2+1/+1 counters on it, but you're never gonna escape it. Excuse me, because you exile 8 cards, but in this deck, you do escape it. And especially against Rogue Mill, you do escape it. And you want to escape cards if you're playing against Rogue Mill, because you don't want more than 7 cards in your graveyard against that deck. Preferably less than that, because they're always going to mill you some each turn. You don't want them to get past 7. So preferably you only have like 1 or 2 cards in your graveyard, maybe not even. All right, so that's all of the spells that aren't attached to lands, and then we have Spikefield Hazard, Shatterskull Smashing, and Agadeem's Awakening as our land spells. And that's it. That's the whole entire deck. So let's get in there and have some fun, shall we? Let's have some non-Omnath fun. Yeah, cheers. This is all right. We have Magmatic Channelers to kind of like filter our hand out if it gets to that point. Bone Crusher's fine card to start with. So is Shatterskull Smashing. So yeah, we can scry here with the Temple of Malice. I think this is a perfectly fine deck. Yes, it's a perfectly fine deck, but I think it is a perfectly fine hand. All right. Yeah, and don't mind me. I'm only in silver. Like, don't judge me too harshly. I don't think we need that. I have not played on the standard ladder for like ever. For a very long time, basically. Alright. So if they mill a bunch of stuff, we can get in with our Magmatic Channeler. They milled a bunch of lands. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Is this mono blue? It's not rogues, it's mono blue. That's interesting. Excellent! They milled us to our Cruxa. Thank you. -1 card. And I guess we'll put down... I guess we have to put down the Shatterskull Smashing, eh? So that we can actually cast Cruxa next turn. Oh man, look at all those lands they've milled. It's actually kind of hilarious. Sure. Okay. Oh, okay, so they are Dimir. They just decided to get a blue? That's interesting. Okay. So they definitely have a counter spell up. But I guess we might as well. Right? We might as well anyway. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those lands. Because they're gonna want all of those in our graveyard, right? They're gonna want all that stuff in our graveyard. Maybe that Cling to Dust? Counter target spell? Sure. Okay. Did we put down a land card this turn? We did. Okay. No attacks. We do want to make sure that when we exile, we don't exile spells, so that Magmatic Channeler is a 4/4. Thank you. So now we can get in with them. That's also fine. They can just use all of their resources to get rid of our stuff. Okay. We'll get rid of Into the Story. And bring out another Magmatic Channeler. Okay. Then next turn we're pretty safe to bring out Cruxa. Okay. I'm kind of upset that we haven't found a way of dealing with this ruin crab yet. 1, 2. Okay. Then 3, 4, 5. So now we've got a lot of problems for them, and they need to deal with them, like, kind of immediately. Or suffer the consequences. Suffer. We can actually Agadeem's Awakening to bring back a Channeler and a Bone Crusher Giant. So they're trying to find something. Another Bone Crusher Giant, we'll keep that. We'll attack in. They did find an answer. Too late, my friend. Alright, we're gonna Agadeem's for 3. That one and that one. This way we have a 3 threat out. So even if they drew another extinction event, we can still kill them with our Bone Crusher Giant. Or at least, like, kill their Ruin Crab with a Bone Crusher Giant. And then we're drawing another one, too. That's kind of funny. Heartless Act, sure. I care not. Wabam. This deck is built to beat your deck, my friend. Also, they didn't really get any of their rogues, so... Maybe they weren't rogues. Maybe they were just trying to be straight up mill. Dimir mill without the rogue part, which doesn't make too much sense to me, but you know, whatever. Alright. And this is a perfectly acceptable hand. It's pretty aggro, but you know. We get one more land where we're doing pretty good. We're on the play. Against... I'm not sure. Let's find out, shall we? Another swamp. Alright, so... Another swamp, as in, we were just playing against black something. So let's see what we got. Show me what you got. Ooh, are you a me? Am I you? Maybe. Maybe. Bone Crusher Giant to my face. Nice. We'll take another Timurit. Make a zombie. If you want to Bone Crusher my zombie, then that's fine. You do. You don't? You do. Well. Very well. Alright. Okay, so we pull out a Mire Triton probably? Or do we pull out nothing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if we draw another land. Let's pull out something here, shall we? We are gonna Mire Triton, so, you know, that's more stuff in the bin. And we cannot kill this Bone Crusher Giant with our Bloodchief's Thirst just yet, so we will end the turn and hope that we draw a red mana source at some point. They have a Castle Embereth in their deck, huh? Aw. Fine. No blocks. We don't want Wrinkle. I guess we just cast our own Bone Crusher Giant at this point, huh? We just cast it straight out to block their Bone Crusher Giant. And we do not attack. Just in case something crazy happens. Reddit sales, how do you know I'm not playing some sort of artifact? Liliana. Okay.
Address me as Queen of the Dead, please.
Ah, Queen of the Dead now, is it? Guess we drop a Bone Crusher Giant, huh? Maybe just a Channeler? Yeah, let's drop the Channeler.
I have no interest in
Well, that's unfortunate. We'll go face, I guess. And we'll just kill Liliana, I think. An interesting addition to the deck, Liliana. I think I am stupid. I don't really know how to play with Liliana effectively. Every time I've tried to play with her, it's like, what am I doing? I don't know. Oh. Interesting. Nightmare Shepherds. Okay. Well, we still, unfortunately, do not have our second red mana source, so I guess we'll just put down our Spike Field Hazard as our second mana source, red mana source, and then we can cast Kroxa next turn, but they'll be able to cast their Kroxa, so that's unfortunate. We're gonna lose our Bone Crusher Giant, but whatever. What are you gonna do? It's gonna be the Kroxa battle to the death, or they can play Liliana. What? Why would you do that? It's confusing. That's pretty confusing, actually. Alright, so we get rid of the lands first. Then some of the creatures. We don't want to get rid of the spells if we can help it. Okay. Okay. And I guess we'll drop the land because they're just going to make us drop it anyway, so might as well. Intercept. And we'll just attack, I guess. So how many creature spells are in their graveyard? 2? 3. 3. Didn't they give it... Wait. Oh, it's just cards. Ah, okay, got it. Got it. I thought it was creatures. I guess that's one of the reasons why I don't play very well with her. I don't read her very effectively. Okay. So I guess we play it again, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And I mean, if they attack in with Kroxa, we don't block it. And then we just kill them, unless they play something. But they would be dealing 9, 10, 11, 12 damage to us. I mean, if this is anything but if this is a creature or a removal spell, then we're in trouble. If it's not, then we might win. I mean, I imagine they won't attack with Kroxa if that's the case. We need removal for that. Okay. Why would you do that? I don't understand why you throw away cards like that. Okay. So I attack you. Is there something I'm missing here? Am I missing something? Okay. I guess they don't know how to play with her either. I don't know, man. That was questionable. That was quite questionable. Whatever, I'll take it. Well, gosh darn. We cannot keep this because we don't have any black mana sources. So we have to mull. Unfortunately. That's better. Not immensely, because it doesn't have a Kroxa, but it's better than not having a Kroxa in your hand and not being able to play it. Hey, look at that. Hey, look at that. Our opponent's sitting on 8 cards. Lucky. Okay, so they're black again. Black is the flavor of the day. Which surprises me not. Just mono black here, or what? Ooh. So yeah, I guess we get rid of Timeret. We put down our Agadeem's Awakening, our own Agadeem's Awakening. Alright. So we Mire Triton, I guess. An Axe of Ogonus. Interesting. An axe. An ox. An Axe of Ogonus, yes. Ogonus is known for their mighty axes. It's gonna be a while before we can guess that, obviously. Wrinkle. Okay. Guess we'll get rid of a Bone Crusher Giant. Another Ox. Sure, with some of these Wrinkle hits, I feel like that's fine. We're gonna get rid of their Triton because it helps them further their plan. Yeah, there goes our Kroxa, probably. It's unfortunate. Probably discard a card. And draw a card. Interesting. Well, in that case, I probably should have dropped the Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. So we'll attack. I really wish that the Mire Triton had lifelink. That would be nice. Bloodchief's Thirst. Good. We want to keep that for Wrinkle. So we'll be ditching the mountain here. Okay. Sacrifice a creature. Ditch a card. Wait. Why would you... Did you really choose that? Huh. Does he have another one? Bone Crusher Giant. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, we can bring our Ox back. We can bring our Ox back. We can't Bloodchief's Thirst and do something. So I think we're just going to Magmatic Channeler and Timeret Calls the Dead. And we can pop a Triton, a Mire Triton. Now our Magmatic Channeler can block a Bone Crusher Giant. I would prefer not to, but we can if we have to. Okay. And a Kroxa. That's unfortunate. There goes our Bloodchief's Thirst. I do not want to go down to 5. Thank you. Alright. We did not, unfortunately, draw our own Kroxa. So we're just gonna bring out Nox. Land, 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 and then 1, 2, 3, You have to take out so many. You have to take out so many. Okay. So do you want a Mire Triton or Timurit? And I guess it's just more efficient to cast Timurit. It's fair to say that the Channeler probably just isn't coming back. Alright. So the good thing is we have a Spike Field Hazard. We have a Spike Field Hazard. We can actually get rid of this Kroxa for good. Depending on what they do. We can escape our Ox if we want to. Okay. I am perfectly okay with that. I guess we'll get the Bone Crusher Giant. Or rather, take a zombie from the Bone Crusher Giant. Don't need another one of those. Alright, now we attack. Okay. Boop. Goodbye. Do not pesco. Do not collect money. Alright, then we'll bring out our Shade. And we'll just kick it. We will just kick it. Hopefully, that was their gas. I don't have anything in the graveyard. We are running low on cards. Halfway there. More than halfway there. That is kind of the dangerous thing about this deck. You're playing with certain resources. Okay. Bone Crusher Giant comes out. We can actually do both, can't we? Yes, we can. Excellent. Die. Okay. 1, 2, okay, let's get rid of the lands first. 3, 4, 5, and then I guess 6, 7, 8. Draw some cards. Man, Ox. Ox is so good. It's so good, dude. It really is. Now we have more Spike Field Hazards to deal with. Kroxas. Okay. Fine. Take the other Ox. I can't cast it anyway. I mean, maybe, yeah, I probably would be able to cast it with Timurit. Calls it dead. So. What did they take? An Agonizing Remorse? Okay. Okay. So we just killed him now. Now we just killed him. Bam! Okay. I think this is fine. Cast everything in our hand. Agonizing Remorse, turn 2 probably. Keep it. Alright. Dimir Mill, once again. Let's see if we can do this. We are on the draw, which can be difficult against Dimir Mill, but we shall see. We shall see what we shall see. Okay. Sarasan. Sarasan and Cling to Dust. Are we gonna have an answer for Sarasan? And I don't think we will, actually. So I think we do actually need to get rid of it. We're gonna have to deal with Cling to Dust the whole entire game. Unfortunately. Alright. We do have to play this card as a land, I think. Just a little sad. But I think we'll bring a Magmatic Channeler out. They probably got a counterspell? This does not have flash. They're thinking about clinging something to dust? I guess they were hoping that we would cast a Kroxa. Which is a legitimate hope. Okay. They got a removal spell. And that's fine. I'm okay with them using it on that. Oh, they're Teferi's Tutelage. Oh god, Teferi's Tutelage. Such a bad card. I mean, it does what they want it to do, right? In this case. We need a land. Okay, that is a land. So I think we do it, right? Day 3 life. Bring out Kroxa. 1, 2. Actually, let's not do the spells first. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 5. It really doesn't matter, does it? Doesn't matter too much. They only have to get rid of some very good cards that they don't really want to get rid of. They're hoping to cling to dust this Kroxa at some point. But that works for me. I'm okay with that. Okay with that call. Okay. I guess we attack with our Kroxa. See what happens. Gotta drop something. What's that other card? You're gonna drop their Cling to Dust now? Soaring Thought Thief. Okay. I'm okay with that. And I think we'll probably kill that Soaring Thought Thief. And bring out a Magmatic Channeler. I mean, I could bring out Timuric Calls the Dead, but I think Channeler is just worth more at the moment. And an Ox. Thank you, friend. Thank you, my milling friend. You got a death spell here? Oh, you got another Zarasan. Oh, no. They're gonna get Nox? Guess that's okay. Draw 3. That sucks for us a bit, but it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Not good for us, though. So I guess we just get in with Kroxa. Okay. No. Sure. And we can Timur it, Calls the Dead. Create more blockers. Do we want to Timur it? No, I think we might just want to create 2 Mire Titans, honestly. Just do that. In hopes that we can just prevent Zarasan from, like, getting in again. Like, ever. Okay. Yep. Should be able to kill them before they mill us. Obviously, if they have a... If they have, oh, what is it? Extinction event. We're effed. If they have an extinction event, then they probably win. But if they don't, then we might. Do they have a way of getting Zarethsan in again? Okay, they're clinging to dust. You can do that instant speed, but that's cool. Okay, they're not attacking with anything. Okay. Very well. Then I guess we just attack in with Kroxa. We can attack in with everything. They would have to block here. And then we can cast Kroxa again? What could they have that would kill us if we did that? I don't know, let's find out. Yeah, if they have a kill spell. I mean, they should have done it now, I guess. Oh, okay. There you go. We did it. Yes, please. Shower praise upon me. I am gold tier 4. Okay. It's pretty good. It's got Kroxa mana in it. It's got a Mire Triton, Bone Crusher Giant. It's got a lot of good stuff. So we shall keep. And are we against Dimir Mill again? Quite possibly. A mountain. Well, we're gonna keep it. We are gonna keep that on top. Because they're gonna mill it, probably. It's just a land. Just a land. So we're gonna kill that. Or I suppose I should bring out this Shatter Skull Smashing. Oh, whatever. It's cool. Another Ruin Crab. Okay. Alright. Let's hope we get another... yeah, that works. That works. 2 for 1, kind of. But whatever. Gotta get rid of him, you know? Gotta do what you can. They might have... Oh, they don't. Okay, good. There's a Kroxa for next turn. Excellent. They shouldn't be able to save this. Oh, they have a Cling to Dust? Indeed they do. What? They just Cling to Dust something that wasn't Kroxa. Alright. I mean, we cast a Kroxa. Like, we don't not cast Kroxa. And they counter it, probably. Yeah. All right. So now, I guess we Mire Triton. Maybe even ×2. What are they gonna cast here? I mean, they must have something at instant speed. Yes, I know we can cast you. I don't want it right now, honestly. I just want to cast big dudes. I just want to get big creatures on the fields. Sure. And then next turn we escape Kroxa again. Unless, you know, they Cling to Dust it, which is totally possible. And in that case, we just Mire Triton twice, I guess? And I suppose I am okay with that, if that's what they want to do. It is, like, taking up their entire turn. Practically. Wouldn't mind getting a, let's see. Dimir Calls the Dead. Bloodchief's Thirst. That's a good card to have. There's another one. Alright, we're gonna get in. We have another Mire Triton. Okay. In turn, I suppose. Into the story. Sure. They might have another Cling to Dust in their hand. That only costs 1, so they can get rid of a Kroxa. But we might actually be able to bring it onto the battlefield this time, which would be nice. So let's see. Alright, lands first. 1, 2. Then Dimir Calls the Dead. 3. I guess 4, 5. Frantic Inventory. Okay. Good for us. Very good for us. Okay. So they must have another Bloodchief's Thirst in their hand. Oh, Extinction Event. Okay. That's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so we Bloodchief's Thirst that. And then Skyclave Shade? Probably? No, I guess Dimir it. We're getting kind of low here, yeah. Might be time to Ox. Because then we can just pitch our Skyclave Shade and cast it our own whenever we draw a land. It's a bit of a toughie, this one. So they got their Extinction Event. That is the one bad thing about this deck, is that a lot of the stuff is even. So let's get our odd. Let's get our odd out, shall we? We could do Channeler. I am so tempted to do Channeler. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do it. If they have another Extinction Event, well, that's too bad for us. It's okay. We've been winning all night. Like, it's alright. I'll accept a loss to 2 Extinction Events. Do you have the plan, friend? Okay. Killing my Magmatic Channeler, you jerk. You swine. We'll get him for 2. Maybe. We only have 20 cards left. It's the danger zone. We're hitting the danger zone here. Okay. Like, what? Not 100% sure on that call, right? Because now you can't do it. Man, if we drew a Rankle, can we draw a Rankle here? Or Kroxa? 2 Teferi's Tutelages, eh? So that's 3, 5, 7. We're very close to just killing them. And they're also very close to just milling us. Oh. I mean... it really doesn't matter because they're gonna mill it anyway. So we attack in. Okay. That's unfortunate. We deal 4, they go down to 7. We bring out Croxa, they go down to 4. And then hopefully, I mean, there's nothing much that we can do. If they can mill us the rest of the cards. Which if they draw into the story, they will be able to. They'll be able to kill us if they draw into the story. So is it into the story? Was it into the story? Extinction event. Ugh. Or that. They kill us if they draw that too. That was probably not the right play. I'm gonna say that one right now. That was not the right play. Because now we're drawing 3 cards. And we're going to only have 5 cards. They're gonna mill us 2. Yeah. We should have just Bone Crusher Giant did them. Interesting. Master of Pranks. So all they have to do is mill us 1 more than their normal. All they have to do. That was a mistake. All they have to do is draw a card. Or mill us 1 more. Oh, they couldn't do it! Oh, really? They have to cling to dust something. Okay. What was the counterspell? This is unfortunate. It was because I didn't do the Bone Crusher Giant. I did the Ox instead of the Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, that is truly unfortunate. I don't think there's anything that we could do. Because we can't cast our Croxa. Because we attempted to cast our Rankle instead. Yep. I guess that's it. That is it for us. The end. That was good. That was good though. That Cling to Dust did work. That Cling to Dust did a lot of work for them. It's a good card. Good card against us. But we also misplayed. So we probably could have won that. But whatever. We won a lot. We won a lot tonight. It was fine. I don't mind losing. So yeah, that is my RAKDOS Graveyard Synergy deck. I really liked this the moment that I saw it. I have like there's a bunch of different versions, as you saw. There's the ones with like Liliana in it and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different ways to play it. I thought that this one was the best because I think Ox is amazing and Skyclave Shade is very underrepresented. And it can be very good if you have all the stuff in your graveyard. Because you don't have to escape it, right? All you have to do is drop a land. So I think that Skyclave Shade is very good in this deck. Agonizing Remorse is obviously very, very good too. Very good player in this deck. Blood Chief's Thirst, like Shatter Skull Smashing wasn't amazing. We never saw that really come into play as a spell. But a good thing is that it's a spell in the graveyard, which matters for Magmatic Channeler, right? So even though we never used Shatter Skull Smashing, or Agadeem's Awakening for that matter. Did we use Agadeem's Awakening? We might have used it once. Yeah, I think we did use it once. But yeah, they're like lands that count as spells when they're in your graveyard for a Magmatic Channeler, which is also just an incredible card. So yeah, awesome deck. Love this deck. Love whoever first created the concept. Give it a shot. Try it out. There's a bunch of different versions that you can do depending on your playstyle or your loves, your certain pet cards. But this is the one that I liked the most. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. I am definitely enjoying myself now that certain cards have been banned. I did want to have an absurd point of view at some point about that, talking about that specifically. So we'll see if I get the time to do it. It's hard to make all that stuff work when you have like a full-time job and whatnot. So whatever. What are you gonna do? If it comes out, it comes out, and that's great. And if not, then that's fine. And I'm sure you all understand how I feel about it. So yeah, I hope that you're all having an excellent week. And until the next time that we meet, good luck in all of your games. Ciao.